I am deep in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. It's the middle of winter, the sun is not yet up, and if I believed in the New Jersey devil, I would be a little freaked out right now. In fact, I am a little freaked out right now. The peace and stillness is insane. It's probably as intense as anywhere you'll find on the East Coast in the Pine Barrens. But don't be fooled by the quiet. There is a controversy raging around here over a proposal to build a 22-mile natural gas pipeline from here to a power plant on the shores of Great Egg Harbor. I figure there's only one way to chase this story, and that's to walk the route of the pipeline. All 22 miles through the pines in the middle of winter. Let's do it. Here's a big part of the adventure, the old gas station bathroom stop. Wish me luck. Wasn't too bad. Man, if there's a place more special in New Jersey than the Pinelands, I do not know of it. It's kind of a miracle that this place still exists and was preserved. There's this crazy combination of factors. Writers like John McPhee, who wrote the famous book, The Pine Barrens, people organizing to save the place. No pipelines! And politicians like Governor Brendan Byrne, who actually did the right thing. Remember when that used to happen? Look at this, head of the river church and cemetery established 1792. We are not in Hudson County anymore, my friends. Two peanut butter sandwiches down, one to go. Opponents say once this thing is built, it's inevitably going to lead to more development pressures on the Pinelands. Once the gas line's in place and the infrastructure is here, the developers are going to want to come and build. If you build it, they will come. Officials with South Jersey Gas say no way. No other customers, no other developers are hooking up to this pipeline. It is solely for the electric plant, which is currently burning coal and oil. And natural gas is going to make the plant a lot cleaner, make the air a lot cleaner. But what do the people who would have this thing practically running through their front yards think of it all? That's who I'll be talking with over the next 2 days. Anybody home? Knocking on doors, randomly, unannounced, walking through the pines. Big high-pressure gas line. So, does it worry you?
Yeah. I think it's the better thing to do. It's cleaner energy and it burns better.
So your husband's for it, you're against it.
Absolutely.
I'll have more tomorrow, chasing the pipeline story, with many more miles to go. I'm out here chasing what is kind of like New Jersey's version of the Dakota Access Pipeline controversy. It's a raging battle over a plan to build a natural gas pipeline 22 miles through the New Jersey Pinelands, much of it protected forest. Now, I've read hundreds of stories on this, but I still wanted to hear from the folks who live right along the route. Anybody home? So I'm taking a little walkabout, 22 miles along the whole pipeline route. This is day 2 of my story, walking the route, and I'm running into a paradox out here that I didn't think I'd find, and that's people see a gas line coming through and, well, they want some of that gas.
Yeah, just by talking to the people in our community, you know, we wish we had the gas. It's a lot cheaper to heat with.
You know, if you don't live in a rural area, you really just take natural gas for granted. But I ran into people heating their homes with oil, even coal. One property owner even ran a gas line out to the street thinking he'll be able to tap into it once the line is built. But here's the catch. The pipeline is not for them. No soup for you. The gas is for the BL England power plant, which provides electricity to area residents and was dubbed by the Department of Environmental Protection the dirtiest plant in the state. It currently burns coal and oil and will likely close if it isn't able to convert to natural gas. Do you think it's a good idea? Are you support it or no? It's going to come right by your front door here.
We can't get gas. I don't think it's any good. It's not helping our public here.
But that hope that they can get some of that gas is actually fueling the support for this pipeline among a lot of the residents that I'm talking to. Now, that guy Osborne was a perfect example of what environmentalists are talking about here. Now, the company says that this pipeline is going to be solely for the use of that power station, of that electrical generating station. But he wants to hook up to it. He wants to hook his gas line up to it, and that's exactly what the environmentalists are saying, that once this pipeline is here, people are going to want to hook up to it. People who want to hook up gas lines, businesses, houses, and developers who will come in and start paving over the pines. And what would that mean for places like this? This is Shiloh Farms. I stumbled upon the place along my walk through Tuckahoe, and wow, what a little slice of paradise. Could do worse. Feels like I stepped into a time warp here, man. Look at this old canoe up here, and these stalls, that old sleigh. Look at this. You know, a lot of locals, like the owners of this farm, have no problem with the pipeline coming through, but if the pipeline does lead to more development, like critics suggest, it's gonna be a very different place. Tomorrow, I continue my journey, the third and final day of my walk along the Pinelands pipeline.
No pipeline! No pipeline! No pipeline! It's cleaner energy and it burns better.
No pipeline! We can't get gas. I don't think it's any good. No pipeline!
So does it worry you?
Yeah.
There's a raging debate and possibly a final vote this month by the Pinelands Commission over a plan by South Jersey Gas to build a 22-mile gas pipeline through protected lands in the New Jersey Pinelands. I figured there was only one way to really get the ground level perspective on this. Walk the entire 22-mile route and talk to people who live right on the proposed pipeline. Everybody home? So today, the third and final part of my trip, I want to talk about something that I found driving support among local residents for the pipeline: sheer economics, dollars and cents. South Jersey's economy is not in good shape. Unemployment is high. The foreclosure rate is among the highest in the nation. I met quite a few people like Dawn Sneathen, who was in the middle of cleaning out her family home. They're moving out. They just lost their home to foreclosure.
I think that the pipeline should go through. It's much needed jobs in the area. It gets rid of the old, outdated equipment, and it's going to be safer for the environment.
That's the main thing influencing people's opinion of this pipeline, is just how economically hurting this area is.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. We've lost our house. We've been fighting for it, and it's gone. You know what? Start over. Back in the day, they just slapped it on the wall. There's shipping crates in the wall.
The house is made of shipping crates, basically.
Yes, this portion of the house was basically shipping crates.
Here's another thing. Opponents say the pipeline would harm the environment, but it's the people who live here that are currently breathing the smoke from the coal-powered plant. That would be replaced by gas and make things a lot cleaner. If it's converted to natural gas, they're happy.
Once in a while, you get a little smell from the coal smoke, but they're talking about gas, and it wouldn't have any smell. It'd be a lot better than what the coal was.
Yeah. And another thing, the plant is a cash cow for Lower Township, putting $6 million a year into town coffers. That's why Don Herff is all for it.
They do away with that plant because they don't put the gas line in, then it's going to cost me, myself, about $1,500 a year more in taxes, and everybody else with an average place is going to be $1,000 or so.
And we're reaching the end of our destination here. Behind me now is the giant coal-burning power plant where this pipeline would run, the gas replacing the coal. That sucker pumps a lot of CO2, people. And environmentalists don't want it. It's all about saving the pines. It's a tough call, and this thing is probably going to be voted on later this month. And I'm going to get a beer. And this one will end as all good journeys do, the Tuckahoe Inn. Oh yeah.